My 20 presents Houston Rockets basketball. And tonight the Rockets taking on the Golden State Warriors. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Worrell. Good to have you with us here tonight. The Rockets trying to win 2 in a row on the road after winning in Sacramento last night, taking on Golden State. And the Rockets trying to win out on the regular season. That would give them the Southwest Division Championship. Let's take a look right now. Currently in San Antonio leading the Utah Jazz by 5 points in the fourth quarter. And the Spurs down in that number 5 spot. The Rockets would like to finish number 3, win a division championship. That hasn't happened since 93-94. So, Matt, a lot is on the line for Houston.
Well, this is a very big game, even though the Golden State Warriors really only have 7 healthy bodies to play in tonight's game.
Yeah, they really do. They have 7 injured and out of tonight's game and 7 suited up. Now, the Rockets are missing a big one, however. Yao Ming will be out of tonight's game. His right foot is sore, and they wanted to give him a rest, and that means the Rockets will start Dikembe Mutombo at center. That means more time for Luis Scola to score underneath.
Well, I think you're going to see Luis Scola playing the bulk of the minutes at the big man spot, and you see what he's done against Golden State this year. Pretty nice numbers, but he's going to be counted on to score more in the post since Yao Ming will not be playing. Now, we know that Luis can handle that. He's very good around the basket. He's so strong rebounding the basketball. And Golden State is very, very thin. They don't have a lot of bodies. So if you just go at them strong and get them into foul trouble, this game is going to be over with quick.
Well, with Yao Ming out of the game, and of course we'll see whether that hurts the Rockets or not, because they're awfully small and quick, the Golden State Warriors, and that will mean that Ron Artest and Shane Battier will have to step up and lead the way for the Rockets.
Well, that's a great point. When you're playing a team that's hurting like Golden State, you still got to play your game. And Ron Artest, he plays so strong every single night. You saw last night, 26 points. He had a real nice all-around game. He's still going to need to come out and play his tough defense, and we know Shane Battier does the same thing. Shane's going to be locking down on defense against Golden State Warriors. And the Warriors want to get up and down and play a quick, up-tempo game. That may bode well for Shane shooting those threes in the corner, because Golden State doesn't like to play defense. So we're going to have an interesting game tonight.
Time for the Toyota keys to the game.
Well, the faster we go, the rounder we get. Golden State's going to play fast. Rockets need to control the tempo and not get caught up in that playground style thing. Not fade away. Take it right at Golden State right from the start. Don't allow them to hang around. And key number 3, playing in the band. Do it as a team. You know who that's from?
No, I have no idea.
The Grateful Dead.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Jerry Garcia and the boys. We'll be back with more in just a moment on My 20. Hi again, everybody, and we welcome you back to Oakland as we are just about ready to get underway with tonight's game. Let's set the Southwest Airlines starting lineups. For the Houston Rockets, Yao Ming is out of tonight's game with a sore right foot. So the Rockets will start Dikembe Mutombo. He'll be flanked by Scola, Battier, Artest, and Brooks. For the Golden State Warriors, they've got 7 players not suited up tonight, but they did find some able bodies. Kelenna Azubuike, number 1 in the NBA in shooting percentage, along with Anthony Randolph, Andris Biedrins, C.J. Watson, and Anthony Morrow. Just about ready to go, and we'll be back with the tip-off in just a moment here in Oakland on My 20. Hi again, everybody, and we welcome you back to Oakland. We're just about ready to go. Let's set up tonight's Geico quote. It comes from Yao Ming on last night's game. I just wanted to play my game, which is to get easy field goals and open my teammates by forcing double teams. Well, we wish he could force some double teams tonight, but Yao, with a sore right foot, has been scratched from the lineup. Yao will not play in tonight's game. Dikembe Mutombo will be starting at center. And Matt, with a smaller, quicker lineup by the Golden State Warriors, how will Rick Adelman adjust to that?
Well, I think Yao Ming was averaging 25 points and 12 rebounds against Golden State, so he really wasn't affected by the up-tempo play for Golden State. But with Yao out of the game, Rick Adelman can really match up more with his team. He's going to start Dikembe, which is going to be good for the defense, but expect to see the Rockets go smaller very quickly in this game.
The veteran Don Nelson who has been around over 30 years, a player and a coach in the NBA, 38 seasons. And look at the numbers there on Don as he is looking at a team that will be tonight without most of their players. Jamal Crawford, Monte Ellis, Andres Biedrins is playing. Jamario Davidson is not. Steven Jackson is out. Corey Maggette is out. All of those players out. They're suiting up only 8 players. They have to by the NBA rules, but I understand Bellinelli will not play, so they really only have 7 healthy bodies.
Yeah, you should have seen them in the warm-ups, pregame warm-ups. Most NBA teams run a 2-line layup drill. They didn't have enough guys to have 2 lines, so they really only had 1 line, and they used 1 ball. So they were plenty warm after about 5 minutes.
Well, they can still put up a lot of points. Morrow is number 1 in the NBA. He shoots 47% behind the three-point line. Azubuike is number 3. They can still score some points. Biedrins, one of the top rebounding centers and shot blockers in the NBA, averages 11 rebounds a game. Scola having his best rebounding season, just under 9 rebounds a game for Luis. So he'll have to come big and play taller tonight, as he and Mutombo will be in the middle. And I'm sure we'll see a lot of Chuck Hayes tonight in place of Mutombo, as well as Carl Landry.
Even though Yao is not playing and Golden State is very undermanned, this is still an extremely important game for the Rockets. This is a game the Rockets absolutely must win if they want to get a division title.
One of the best officials in the NBA, Dick Pavetta. One of the best young officials in the NBA, Zach Zarba, along with Mark Lindsay. So we've got the crew for you tonight, and Biedrins takes it in, blocked by Mutombo, says, don't bring that stuff in here.
How about the first play?
He says, man, you must not be getting classic on television, because I'm number 2 all-time NBA shot blocking.
Ron had it in the paint, but he didn't even look at the basket.
Working it in on Azubuike, back outside to Battier. And he misses. Battier had 4 3-pointers in the game in Sacramento last night.
And in that game last night in Sacramento, the Rockets really were asleep in the first half, but really poured it on in the second.
Randolph with a miss, Mutombo with a rebound.
I would hope that the Rockets would be ready to play right from the start here tonight. If you can get a good lead on Golden State, they'll just go ahead and let you win it.
2 rebounds already, along with a block shot by Dikembe Mutombo. He has been active. Rockets trying to get a good look. Scola looks up, sees 3 seconds on the shot clock, takes it inside, draws the foul, will shoot 2.
And that's what I like to see from the Rockets in their offense, is take the ball to the basket. Last time Artest took a tour through the lane and passed it out to Shane for a 3. You want to take it at Golden State, because if you can get them in foul trouble, they've got nobody on their bench. So take it in there, and after a while, they're just going to let you lay it up, because they know if they foul out, they don't have enough guys.
Biedrins with the foul. He's been playing with a sprained left ankle. Actually, he's missed the last couple of games, but he's playing here tonight. Scola gets the first point of the game. So Biedrins playing hurt because they just have nobody else.
And Jamal Crawford,
he's been averaging about 30 points a game over the last 3.
Over the last 6 games, actually.
6,
and he's not playing tonight because he's hurt.
Hurt his back. C.J. Watson will step behind the pick and hit. C.J.'s had a good season this year. He's a young kid that's seen some playing time. He's out of the University of Tennessee in his 2nd year in the NBA. Scola again working it in on Biedrins for 2. Very active Luis Scola. If Biedrins plays off of him that far, Scola could get him about 30 or 35 tonight.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Rockets are going to look for, is put Scola on the post in place of Yao Ming and just let him go to work. And pretty soon here, Golden State's going to have to double Luis.
Talked about Dikembe Mutombo being number 2 all-time in shot blocking. And there's a block by Mutombo. That's his 2nd block of the game. And he's playing against the Golden State Warriors, who are the number 1 team in the NBA in block shots. So Mutombo now is creeping closer to Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, he's creeping is the correct word.
Creeping and creaking.
Yeah, and he's got a ways to go. He's not going to catch Hakeem, but that's a pretty good list of players right there. Look at Mark Eaton there, just over 3,000. that's the kind of guy that Yao Ming has started to play like on the defensive end. And Yao has gotten much better blocking shots because he's playing like Mark Eaton did for the Utah Jazz back in the 80s.
Of course, Mark Eaton can't come close to the offense that Yao Ming brings to the court. And now Dick Pavetta finally got that worked out. I guess the shot clock or the game clock is, they couldn't reset it at 24. They've got it at 11 as Don Nelson looks on. What a great career for Nelly. All those years in Dallas.
Yeah, and he's been an innovator, too. He hasn't just been a follower. He's been doing some interesting things on the basketball court.
Great move for Biedrins across the middle. Of course, this is the second tour of duty for Don Nelson with the Golden State Warriors. He was back here in the early 90s. Artest taking it up with a left hand.
Artest, he looked at the three-point shot, and then he realized, I better take it in. And really, Golden State did not offer any resistance on that layup.
No. First 3 games this season, the Rockets averaging 119 points a game against the Warriors, and that's going to be a foul on Artest. Down in Houston, the Rockets outscored the Warriors 131-112. Then here, they outscored them 119-108. And then in Houston, beat them 110-93. So the scoring points against the Warriors has not been a problem for Houston.
No, and here's the foul on Artest. And Dikembe Mutombo tells Artest that, so don't foul him. I got the block. And then Artest says, yeah, but he's a poor free throw shooter, so I'm going to make him earn it.
Biedrins 56% from the field. The rest of the Warriors pretty good. As a team, number 8 in the NBA in free throw shooting, but Biedrins is not one of those. And lane violation was called early on Randolph, so the one he did make. Now, here we have Pavetta coming in.
We need to tell Dick that this game is late back in Houston. And if he continues to slow this game down, people are going to be falling asleep at home.
Well, they put a point up for Biedrins. They got to take it off since it was a lane violation.
Was that like a balk when he was trying to shoot that one?
Exactly.
There's a baseball game going on next door, isn't there?
There are 2 baseball games in the area. There's one in San Francisco, one here in Oakland. And there is a nice left-handed hook shot by Scola.
That's the 4th shot that I've counted this season for Luis with his left hand.
Watson with the miss, Mutombo.
The good thing about Luis is when he gets off to a good start scoring the basketball, his entire game is much better.
Turnover Houston. Back up the court is Morrow to Randolph. Reverses it up and in. That's a good-looking young player. He's the youngest player in the NBA at 19 years of age. Randolph played 1 year at LSU. 12th player taken in the first round by the Warriors this year. Brooks puts it up and misses. And Biedrins with the rebound. Off the glass, Azubuike.
And you mentioned Azubuike shooting 45% from the three-point line. That threat of the three-point shot really sets up his drive. He just gave a little pump fake looking at the basket from behind the arc, and Ron Artest fell for it.
Scola back outside to Aaron Brooks. Well, you'd like to see Aaron play big tonight with all these young players on the Warrior team. Aaron's going to get another shot at it. And he misses, but he follows it up. So the Rockets get another possession. And knocked out of Scola's hands. Rockets will get it back with 13 on the shot clock. Man, it's cold in here.
What they do in the arenas is they turn the air conditioning on so that when they have 18,000 people in here, it won't get so hot. Unfortunately, there's not 18,000 people in here tonight.
You knew Scola was going to bounce back tonight. He was disappointed with his play in Sacramento last night, although he had 15 points. He just felt like he didn't play very well. And you knew that he wasn't going to have 2 of those back-to-back. That's just not the guy he is.
No, he takes so much pride in being a professional and doing his job every single night that you just knew, you had the feeling he was going to come out strong.
So Azubuike gets the field goal, and it's tied at 10. Well, it's pretty amazing to see 3-point shooters in the top 3. You got 2 of them, Azubuike and Morrow. They've been lighting it up all year long.
and playing for Don Nelson, they have the green light too. He wants them to shoot that three-point shot, and that really helps a three-point shooter when you know your coach wants you to shoot it.
Mutombo with a putback, count it, and he is fouled. Boy, Dikembe Mutombo, again, he just amazes you. He looks like he's got the ability to turn the clock back every now and then, about 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, that's great. Just great position. He's got the offensive rebound. He goes up and finishes strong. And really what Dikembe is doing right now is he's making a case for taking the out-starting job.
And he gets the free throw. Three-point play, the old-fashioned way for the old-fashioned Dikembe Mutombo.
He's not going to take the Owls minutes, but it sure is good to see Dikembe playing at this high level, when you need him in the playoffs.
That's why you have him. Azubuike going to his left. And it's blocked by Battier. Battier's been doing well lately in that category of block shots. In the corner to Artest. Down to Scola, wide open. And he short-armed it. Got it back. He can go straight up if he wants to. And he draws the foul on Biedrins. And that's number 2 on Andris Biedrins.
Scola was 1-on-4 in their battling against the Warriors. The rest of his teammates were out at half court watching him.
Well, they called it on Morrow.
Look at all. So Scola missed that shot, but I guess Shane's in there. But Shane was really watching too. He had 4 white jerseys around him, and that's just Luis Scola. He just plays so hard every single night.
Morrow reached over the back. Biedrins gave him a little body, and Morrow was called for the foul. Rob Kurtz will check into the game now.
Rob Kurtz played well against the Rockets this season.
Kurtz is out of Notre Dame. He's a rookie. Scola gets 1 out of 2. So Luis off to a great start. 9 points in the first 6 minutes. 3 of 4 from the field and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Azubuike gets open again. Now you got to know, don't you, that this guy's a good shooter?
Absolutely. That's got to be at the top of the scouting report of the Golden State Warriors. Is Morrow and Azubuike are great three-point shooters, and you can't leave them alone out there.
6 points for Azubuike. Battier in the corner. Working on Morrow, will float it up. And it goes out, and Scola with good hustle knocked the ball out of bounds. We have our first timeout. 5:43 left to play in the first quarter. And the Rockets are up by a point on my 20. Houston, get ready to get red at the Western Conference Round 1 playoff games. The Rockets begin their battle for the title. It looks like San Antonio is going to beat Utah tonight, and the Mavericks are going to defeat the New Orleans ball club. So that means that Rockets have to continue to win.
Rockets have to win. If the Rockets win their last 3 games, this one included, Rockets will be the Southwest Division champions, and that hasn't happened since Akeem Olajuwon and the team we had in '94. That's 15 years ago. So that'd be quite an accomplishment for this team.
Really would be. All the turmoil with this team early in the season, the way that the coaching staff held it together, and they have played very well down the stretch. They deserve that championship. There's Watson and Biedrins trying to get the loose ball, and whenever Artest is around, he usually comes up with it. Scola has had the hot hand for the Rockets, and it's off the iron. It'll be a steal by Battier. He saw that coming all the way. Aaron Brooks wide open, but he's not shooting. He missed his first 3 shots, and this time he takes it inside. Dikembe's got it, puts it up, gets it back, knocked away from him. Watson in a hurry, and he missed the shot, and Artest just takes Rob Kurtz and says, "Have a seat, young man."
They're letting him play because the officials know that they can't foul out the Warriors. They don't have enough guys on the bench, so they're letting him play. But
Artest with 2.
That plays right into Ron Artest's hands. Rob Kurtz better just move out of the way.
That's like...
It's like playing with your little brother there, throwing him on the carpet.
Trying to take that bone away from the dog out the backyard. You just can't do it. And there's the basket for C.J. Watson.
See, the thing about the Warriors is that they don't have anything to play for. They know they're shorthanded. Really, to them, this game is like a pickup game. They're just going to play and have fun and get their shots. If they get it rolling, it could be dangerous. So the Rockets have to continue to play Rockets defense.
Battier tried to force a pass. Back to Artest. Artest wants to drive. And Dikembe Mutombo with a slam.
Oh, and the Rockets bench loves it. They are up on their feet.
Listen to Mutombo. He's got 3 points, 7 rebounds in the first 8 minutes.
And 2 blocks. And a nice throwdown for the big fella.
Azubuike finally misses one. Brooks tips it to Mutombo.
So you know what Dikembe is going to do. He's going to show Yao this tape, and he's going to say, "This is the way you're supposed to start the game."
Scola with a hook shot. Got it. Great touch by Luis. 11 points for Scola here in the first quarter with 3 minutes still left to play. Rockets up by 6. Biggest lead of the game for Houston. Azubuike to the basket. He's off to a good start. Kelenna with 8 points.
Spacing is not good on that play.
And Scola gets it back outside. Battier. Artest lost it out of bounds. They have a timeout on the court. 2:27 left to play here in the first quarter. And the Rockets up by 4. Rockets lead by 4, 2:27 left to play in the first quarter. Now the bench brigade comes in. That's Von Wafer in the game, along with Landry and Lowry.
So the Rockets go to their bench early, which is something that you would expect in a game like this. That's one of the main advantages the Rockets have is they've got a lot of depth. Golden State does not.
And the basket.
Rob Kurtz is a good shooter.
From the outside, yeah.
That's what he can do. He had a game against the Rockets this year where he had 10 points off the bench shooting the ball.
Lowry tried to pass it inside. He hit the knee of one of the Warriors. And that's going to be a defensive 3-second violation on the Warriors.
Well, another thing I want to talk about with this Rockets team is the Rockets have won over 50 games this season and last season. The only time in Rockets history that they've had back-to-back 50-win seasons. So, like you say, Bill, this team is built to win now, but you look at the young players that they have, and they're going to be winning 50 games next year, the year after. So you're going to want to make sure you get your season tickets and lock that in so you can watch Rockets basketball for years to come.
Well, the Rockets had a technical free throw but missed it. And now it's back to Scola again. That's been successful. Kurt's giving him a little ground. And he takes it in. Turiaf with the block. Turiaf, one of the leading shot blockers in the NBA. Roney is a good shot blocker. There's a miss from the outside. And a loose ball foul is called on Scola.
The guys on the court for the Warriors, they're playing hard. Give them some credit that they're not laying down. They're really competing out there tonight.
Turiaf is ranked 4th in the NBA in block shots, over 2 a game. So you got to be careful about him around that paint area. And Kelenna Azubuike with a miss. Azubuike was not drafted in the NBA. Came out of the University of Kentucky. Got a free agent contract here. Landry said, "Let me have it," and he beat everybody down the court. Good pass.
Yeah, Ron Artest did a nice job. Landry had slipped behind the defense. The Warriors had lost him, and Ron notices it and gives him the ball right away. No point in having to fight against their defense. If you can get a transition shot like that, it makes the game a lot easier.
It's 2 fouls on Anthony Morrow. Rockets have fallen to number 5. That's still not bad. Number 5 in the NBA in free throw shooting, but they were up around 2 for a long time, then 3, then 4, now down to 5 as they're flirting with that 80%.
And that's a improvement over last season's numbers, so that's another good trend for the Rockets. And of course, we know that the Rockets are #1 in free throw defense, which is a stat that is very important because I think, Bill, you have a lot to do with that.
Well, I don't want to take credit for it, but you did one. You blocked one at home. I'm mentioning it not too long ago.
I'm learning from the best, and I think that the Rockets fans need to know that, hey, Bill Worrell is a great free throw defender.
Less than a minute left to play in the quarter, and a nice penetration basket by Lowry. 23-19 Houston. Turioff. Azubuike. And a foul on Von Wafer. First foul of the game on Wafer. Both teams are in the bonus.
Do you see how the defense for the Rockets looks much different when Dikembe Mutombo is not in there?
Yeah.
That paint seems like it's wide open when Dikembe's over on the bench. Dikembe had a nice start, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
5 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks.
That's right.
9 minutes.
Ronnie Turioff was a Laker. Started his career in L.A. Came over here as a free agent. As he misses the first. I told you he's ranked 4th in the NBA in blocks. He averages 6 points, 4 rebounds a game. And he will have one more. One for 3 from the line for the Warriors. Rockets 5 for 8. Houston up by 3. They can go 2 for 1 on the next possessions. Lowry coming off that pick, drives to the basket, and that'll be a blocking foul.
That's what Kyle Lowry does so well, is he drives into the big man off that pick and roll and forces that big man to either foul or get out of the way. And he's so strong. Watch as he comes off there. He just goes right at the big man and forces that contact. If the big man's feet aren't set, that's an automatic block.
Randolph with 2 fouls, Morrow with 2 fouls for the Warriors. One thing Lowry did, per minutes played for the Memphis Grizzlies, was one of the top free throw shooters. He went to the line a lot, and that was in the scouting report about him, as he will get to the free throw line as Chuck Hayes will check in. Good first quarter for Scola, 11 points, 4 rebounds. Lowry has been a great compliment to Brooks.
Yeah, both guys, Brooks and Lowry, are still young, and they have flashes of brilliance, but they aren't consistent every single night. So since you've got 2 guys that you can count on, if one guy doesn't have it one night, you can bring the other guy in, and that's kind of a luxury that most teams don't have, that they have 2 point guards that you can really count on.
Morrow misses, and the Rockets can go for the final shot. No shot clock, 8 seconds left in the first quarter. Artest gets a step, puts it up, missed it. And that will end the quarter. So the Rockets shoot 41% from the field, but they still lead it here after the first 12 minutes, 25-20 on my 20. Rockets win the first quarter by 5. Well, just think, if we won that, then we could keep doing the Rockets games. They wouldn't have to pay us, would they?
No, we'd do it for free, wouldn't we?
Yeah, if we had $78 million.
That'd be nice. We need to buy a ticket.
On Wafer taking it in. Oh, boy, what a tough pass. Good catch by Hayes. And the shot clock at 4 seconds, down to 3. Lowry to the basket, puts it up and in. Boy, now that takes a lot of strength. As he took it to the basket, that young man is strong. And he's come off the bench in 3 minutes for 6 points.
Took it right at Turioff. Turioff slow getting back down the court.
You don't have to always rely on your outside shot when you're able to get the ball to the basket like he is. Good defense by Houston now, down to 5 seconds. Azubuike gets it back out to Watson, has to throw. Oh, man, that's a great shot, because there was about 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and he just threw that up and it went in. And C.J. Watson now with 6. Landry will work on Randolph. Gets it right back now. Works it inside with a hook shot. Got it. Good touch by Carl. Carl likes to work in that post too.
Yeah, this could be a good game for Carl to really get a lot of playing time and get his rhythm back.
Carl thought he got a jump ball, but Zach Zarba didn't give it to him. Biedrins will check back into the game for the Warriors. Check it back at the other end.
Yeah, nice post-up move. Nice little jump hook there for Carl, and he's still working his way back into shape after missing 3 weeks, and this could be a very important game for Carl to get extended minutes and really get his timing back.
Kelenna Azubuike came out of Kentucky early, did not get drafted, and went down and played for the Fort Worth franchise in the developmental league. And that's where he was signed here by the Warriors. Rockets have a working agreement with
Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah,
that developmental league is now kind of like a minor league system that Major League Baseball has.
Yeah.
Really good to develop players.
Going to be a steal by Randolph. Landry's got to get back, and Randolph slams it home. That kid is a great physical specimen. As Anthony Randolph, 6'10", out of LSU.
Yeah, and he's got springs, too. Very athletic, long arms. Still learning how to play the game. He's still very young.
Von Wafer gets the basket from the outside.
That was a tough shot, too, because Vaughn didn't catch it clean. He had to really get that ball in his hands on the way up.
Good game tonight. He can get into double figures off the bench. He's averaging about 10 a game. There's a three-pointer.
You saw the bench points there. Of course, the Warriors really have no bench. They've only got 2 guys over there they can play.
Morrow with his first basket of the game. They expect him to make it here, don't they? He's shooting 47% from the three-point range.
They expected him to make it here after his first game in the NBA. Undrafted, and he scores 37 points in his first game for the Warriors.
Lowry with a tough shot going to his left. Oh, man. He took a little hit from Biedrins and still got that up and in. 33-29 Houston. Warriors hanging right in there. Biedrins has it knocked away by Battier. Into the middle, Randolph. Another circus shot. So both teams are 4 for 4. Wafer has it knocked away.
Kyle Lowry got kicked in the stomach as C.J. Watson was laying that up.
The Rockets letting them hang around. It's tied up at 33.
I think Don Nelson's over there drawing up X's and O's in the timeout. Yeah. He's saying, just play, guys. Just go out there and have fun.
Hayes puts it up with the left hand. Nice move by Chuck. They actually ran something for him. That doesn't happen too often.
Remember, he had a game last week where he had 9 points and 10 rebounds.
Good steal by Wafer. He's off to the races. He's got Lowry. Lowry goes back to him, and that's off the hands of Wafer. That was too tough a pass. You got to go ahead up with it. And we have a timeout on the court now as Von Wafer with his first basket of the game. Rockets lead by 2. 35-33, the Rockets with the lead here in the second quarter. And let's check out the Comcast upcoming schedule. And the Rockets have 2 more games after tonight. They will be Monday night in Houston against New Orleans. And then they will finish up next Wednesday night in Dallas. Now, Dallas has won, so the Mavericks have moved up to number 7 ahead of Utah. So the Dallas Mavericks getting closer.
Yep.
Look at the San Antonio now.
With San Antonio's win, they step ahead of Houston because they have a better division record. They're 9-6 in the division. Rockets are 8-6 with a couple division games left. So San Antonio's now in 3rd. Portland is playing the Lakers tonight. The Lakers are ahead of Portland at halftime. New Orleans is losing games. Utah's losing games. So this is just a crazy race down to the
Utah
final.
has lost 4 out of 5. I don't know what's wrong with the Jazz. They never look that bad when they play us.
Well, they've been playing away from Salt Lake City, and they're not nearly as good on the road.
Morrow has the ball knocked away by Wafer. Azubuike gets it back. Randolph picked up by Hayes. Shot clock a factor down to 4 seconds. Azubuike takes it in and draws the foul. And boy, for a kid that wasn't drafted, Kelenna has come a long way, hasn't he? This young man has made himself into a good basketball player.
Well, he's certainly gotten the chance to play here, and that's really a lot of times what it takes to become a good basketball player is just get a lot of minutes. And if you can play, in Golden State, and you've got injuries and playing for Don Nelson, of course, any player would be successful for Don Nelson. So he's done a nice job.
Azubuike, there you see all the injured players in suits. Yeah, that's a better team in suits than the one they've got on the court.
The Taylor here in Oakland is he's making big money right now, outfitting these guys as they're watching the game.
Dante Ellis had a tough season. Monte, it took him a long time to get on the court. Now he's hurt again. Game tied at 35.
Speaking of Monte Ellis, Scooter Berry is here with Brent Berry's mom watching the game.
Yeah. Landry, 2 seconds, down to 1. Landry tries to put it up, can't do it. 24-second violation on Houston. I'm starting to get a little worried because there's no direction right now for Houston. They don't have Yao Ming to throw the ball down to.
There's no urgency.
Yeah, well, I don't know about urgency. It just doesn't look like who's supposed to take charge here. Randolph from the outside.
Yeah, see, what it looks like to me is it looks like we're watching a pickup game out here. Guys are just running up and down the court. They're not really guarding each other. They're just taking it to the basket, laying it up, trying to block the shot.
On Wafer with a miss. Good job by Hayes to come out of there with a basketball. Battier will fire up a 3. It won't go.
Matter of fact, right now I'm gonna go on record and say I got next. I got next game, Bill.
Morrow misses from the outside. Listen to the crowd's disappointment. They don't expect him to miss. I don't think you can play anymore.
I can play half court. That's really all that these teams are doing here. They're just playing the offensive end only. Neither team playing defense.
That'll be 2 free throws and a chance for the Warriors to take the lead. Artest and Brent Berry will check into the lineup. And Wafer will come out, and Battier will get a breather, and Dikembe Mutombo will check in, and Scola will check in. So we've got 4 substitutes coming in for Houston.
Well, now, so the Rockets have played 10 of their 12 guys that are active for tonight. They played 10 players tonight. The only 2 guys on the Rockets bench that haven't played yet are James White and Brian Cook.
And we've got more we can play than they do. They don't have very many.
There's no suits at the end of the Rockets bench there. All guys in uniform ready to go.
So Azubuike now with the first lead of the game for the Warriors. He has 14 points. Very great pass to Lowry. Boy, it's good to get Brent in a game. His mom's watching too, and of course they're from the Oakland area. His mom's father was Bruce Hale, a great basketball coach, and coached Rick Berry in the ABA here at Oakland. Basket by Randolph.
His brother Scooter Berry is here watching, and Scooter played at Kansas. I played against him in college.
Old guy, isn't he? Artest puts up a 3.
A lot older than you think, Bill.
That's the first 3-pointer for the Houston Rockets now. 1 for 7 from the outside. Of course, without Yao to attract a double team, you don't get as many open looks.
Dikembe Mutombo right down here got caught with his big size 22 feet in the lane for a defensive 3 seconds.
Well, only 10. All right, here we go. 5:38 left to play. Rick Berry, Hall of Famer, played here. Rockets up by a point in the second quarter.
Well, Luis Scola has gotten the Rockets off to a good start. Check back in the game here, and he's got 11 points on 4 for 7 shooting. He's really been active taking the ball inside. He knows that the Golden State Warriors are not going to foul him because they don't want to foul out. So he's just been very patient, getting the shot he wants. going to his right. You see 12 minutes, 11 points, 4 rebounds. And speaking of rebounds, the Rockets are destroying the Warriors on the boards 21-7.
Anthony Morrow would shoot the technical free throw. Morrow played at Georgia Tech for 4 years and was not drafted. He made the team here in the summer league. And he has been a great find for the Golden State Warriors. Randolph on the outside now, game tied at 40. And Morrow will step back behind the line. It's such a smooth-looking shot. Just can't imagine he didn't attract more attention. But that's his second three-pointer of the game.
I was told that he had a stress fracture in his back while he was in college, and a lot of teams were scared about that. But he has certainly shown here in Golden State that he can shoot that basketball.
Nice pass to the outside to Brent Berry. He misses. Scola gets it back. Berry underneath. Nice pass. And Artest has it blocked out of bounds. I jumped the gun there on that Morrow shot. I called it a 3. They gave him a 2. And so here's Berry with a great pass, but I don't think Artest could get the handle on it, could he? And Terriaf with his second block of the game. Artest working it inside. Gives it up. Look at the ageless one, Dikembe Mutombo. 7 points, 7 rebounds, and a couple of blocks. Game tied at 42.
Great to see Dikembe playing well.
42 years young. Taking it inside. Randolph changed it, got another block. Mutombo, and he's fouled on the play. Mutombo says, not in the paint.
Oh, the fans didn't like that. There's great basketball fans here in the Bay Area, too. They've always been big supporters of their team, even when the team hasn't been playing well. But there's the block by Dikembe, and he's able to get that rebound, too, which is important. You don't want to block that ball out of bounds. You want to block it where you can still get it.
That was the third foul on Anthony Morrow. Backdoor pass by Brent Berry. You know, sometimes those plays, only Berry can see that.
Yeah.
The other players can't.
Yeah, when Lowry was cutting, he had no idea that the ball was coming at him because his imagination wasn't good enough to see that.
Terriaf gives it up to Randolph. Back to Morrow now. Morrow down to 4 on the shot clock. Azubuike's going to have to make it happen. Tough shot, won't go, and there's Mutombo with another rebound. Kyle Lowry. Back to Mutombo.
Oh, Deke. Don't do that to the young fella.
And a holding foul is called on Ronny Turiaf.
Look at the bench.
Now wait a minute. He took a step at the free throw line. Did he travel then?
No, the foul was and Morrow and Randolph, right in his face there. But Dikembe, what a nice move. The foul was early before he took it in on Turiaf.
Brooks back into the game now for Lowry. Artest will take it in on Azubuike. Back to Brooks, 4 seconds. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Aaron with a great move to the basket.
You see how quickly he gets that ball in the backboard?
Yeah.
Sometimes he uses his hops to get up high. Sometimes he just shoots it quickly before the defense can get to it.
Well, look at the points in the paint. The Rockets with a huge advantage. The Warriors staying after it by making their field goals from the outside. Here's Turiaf with another basket. Warriors shooting 49% from the field. Rockets 47%. And the Warriors are hanging tough. Tied at 44. Artest gets a lot more post up with Yao out of the paint tonight. There's Artest with a hook shot for 2.
And Kelenna Azubuike is looking around going, can anybody help me here? This one Artest guy is pretty strong.
Morrow from the outside, and he's fouled on the play.
That's a foul that we've seen a lot more of this year, fouling the three-point shooter.
And we have a timeout on the court. So with 2:36 left to play in the second quarter, the Rockets up by 2. 46-44, Houston with the lead in the second quarter. Let's check out the Aaron's upcoming telecast, and it's going to be Monday night. The Hornets will be in town, 7 o'clock on Fox Sports Houston. So check it out. We'd like to see you out at Toyota Center, but if you can't make it, you can check it out on Fox. And how about Dikembe Mutombo tonight, starting in place of the injured Yao Ming? 7 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks.
Making 3 blocks, and Dikembe has been very, very impressive tonight. Starting in place of Yao. Yao's got the store right foot, and isn't it great to have a guy like Dikembe Mutombo who can come in and affect the game like he has with 7 points and 9 rebounds. And take a look at his season average, 0.8 tonight, 7 points, and he's already doubled his. He averages 7 minutes a game. He's got 14 minutes tonight. How many games has he played in?
Mutombo has played in 8 games. This is his 9th.
And the work that Dikembe Mutombo has done on this team really is more behind the scenes. When he signed with the Rockets and came in and really got the locker room straightened out and got everybody on the same page, his leadership is really what has affected this team the most, I believe.
I think a lot of people think that coaches have a lot to do with the locker room. That's really not the case, is it?
No, the coaches don't have much influence in the locker room at all. It's really the guys, and then you need a leader. I mean, our leader when I played was Akeem Olajuwon, and Dikembe Mutombo seems to be that guy for this version of the Rockets.
Warriors back on top now. 3 free throws for Anthony Morrow, and Morrow with 9 points. Scola has the ball knocked away. Steal by Watson. Azubuike at the other end. Well, just a repeat of last night here in the first half. 5-0 run by the Warriors. Aaron Brooks gets one to go. That's good news.
Yeah, he needs that one to go too. Aaron Brooks, 2 for 6 tonight. And when Aaron doesn't shoot the ball well, it really seems like it affects the rest of his game. He's going to have to get over that because there's going to be nights in an NBA season that you're not going to shoot it well.
I think the coaches would rather him get him into their offense a little quicker. Those are things they've been working with him on. His shooting's going to come natural for him. Back outside to Artest. Passes on the 3.
So he passed that one up and he should have shot it.
Takes it inside, back to Berry. An extra pass. Artest is wide open. Hits. Back-to-back threes. First by Brooks, then by Artest. And just like that, the Rockets go on a little 6-0 run.
Ron Artest has made 152 threes at 41% this year.
That's pretty good. The Rockets average 7 threes made a game. They put up about 20. And a 22nd timeout taken by Don Nelson. So the Rockets have bumped the lead up to 4 points. Artest tonight with 12 points, 11 for Scola, and 10 points for Kyle Lowry off the bench.
Yeah, I think Don Nelson calls his 22nd timeout not to draw up X's and O's, but his player Turioff was injured and has given him some extra time to really shake that injury off. Of course, anytime you're playing against Dikembe Mutombo, there's going to be errant elbows in the equation.
Errant?
Errant elbows in the equation.
Well, sometimes it's errant when the parent has to deal with the younger player, and that's the way Mutombo looks at it. He's been around so long. He's 42 years old.
Well, he could be.
That's what he's listed. He's listed at 42, and we'll take his word for it.
Well, he literally could be a father for a guy like Anthony Randolph, who's 19.
That's right.
Literally could be playing against his son here in the NBA.
See if the Rockets can get a couple of stops going down the stretch here before the half. Randolph left-handed, puts it up and in. Nice-looking young player. He's going to be a player in this league for a long time. 10 points now. Scola gives it up to Berry. Berry down that lane with a left-handed shot.
Nice English on that left-handed shot, too. Good spin to get that ball to go in. Rockets shooting 63% in this quarter.
Azubuike hits a 3. Kelenna Azubuike, 19 points already in this game. Wow. Man, they won't go away. Game tied at 54. Aaron Brooks is open and hit. Well, after he hit that first shot, he's hit the last three.
Sometimes you just got to break the seal there and get it flowing.
Yes, indeed.
Azubuike has scored 25 points in 3 of his last 4 games, so he's really been on a roll as well.
Well, he's got the green light now, too, with all the injuries. Normally, he wouldn't be getting those shots, would he?
No, he's really their main offensive force. Look at Morrow here. Morrow against Barry.
And a foul called on Brent. Yeah, normally, Azubuike would be playing with Jamal Crawford, who would be handling the ball a lot. Monte Ellis would be handling the ball. Steven Jackson used to handle it a lot. How about Corey Maggette? He'd handle it a lot.
For the Warriors, Azubuike is actually their 5th leading scorer behind the guys you just mentioned. So there's a lot of points sitting over there on that bench.
So Anthony Morrow will have a couple. The Warriors still have a couple to give. The Rockets are in the penalty. The Warriors still have a foul to give with 14 seconds left. The Rockets have to be cognizant of that and hurry and get the ball up. They'll give up the foul here.
The Rockets want to make sure they get the last shot. They don't want the Warriors to have any more time on the clock.
Better hurry, they can foul. Artest will fire it up. That's a mistake by the Warriors. 2 seconds left to play. Azubuike does not get the shot off in time. No, the Warriors had a foul to give and didn't give it. They let Ron Artest shoot a three-pointer before the buzzer. And Artest has 14 points as the Rockets go to the locker room. Rockets 59, Warriors 56. Stay tuned. The Toyota Halftime Report is next. Don't go away.
Well, welcome back to the Toyota Halftime Report, where the Rockets hold a 3-point lead over the Golden State Warriors. Rockets really shot the ball well in that second quarter, shooting 55% to take that lead, but they're not playing much defense. Golden State Warriors still keeping pace with the Rockets, but the Rockets have had some real nice interior play, especially from Luis Scola. Scola in the first half has 11 points on 4 for 7 shooting, has 6 rebounds to go along with it. He did a nice job of taking the ball to the basket early, really setting the tone for the Rockets offense. And Dikembe Mutombo starts in place of Yao Ming, has 3 blocks in the first half. We know he can do that, but what we don't know what Dikembe can do is what we're going to see right here. Nice pass from Ron Artest and Dikembe with the nice finish. He did a nice job starting in place of Yao, and then Kyle Lowry came in and did a nice job off the bench. Aaron Brooks was a little slow to start, and Kyle Lowry came in and really picked up the scoring. So the Rockets did a nice job offensively in the first half. Got to figure out a way to stop the Golden State Warriors in the second half. That's all for the Toyota Halftime Report, and we'll have more after this break coming up next.
Welcome back to Oakland as we are at halftime and our Toyota Halftime Report tonight, and the Houston Rockets having the lead here at halftime. But again, much like the Sacramento game last night, the Rockets not playing very good defense in the first half. They have simply outscored the undermanned Golden State Warriors. They gave up 36 points in the second quarter. Here are tonight's first half stats, brought to you by People's Trust Federal Credit Union. Banks hate us, people trust us. Take a look at the field goal percentage. Golden State shooting 51%. 3-point field goals, the Rockets only 4 of 11. Rockets have made 7 of 10 from the free throw line. The big difference has come rebounding. The Rockets with a 25-9 edge in rebounds. The Rockets have turned it over 6 more times. And the Rockets bench has outscored the very short bench used by Don Nelson. And look at points in the paint, 32-20 in favor of the Houston Rockets. So the Rockets getting a lot of good things done, but they just haven't played shutdown defense. Now remember, in the second half last night in Sacramento, the Rockets did play that shutdown defense in going on to victory. Let's see what happens when we come out in the third quarter in a few moments. We'll be back right after this break. Rockets up by 3 at halftime, and they have done a good job of getting the points on the board, but they haven't played the defense. This is very similar to last night's game in the first half.
Yeah, it seemed like the Rockets were asleep in the first half last night. They woke up in the second and really locked down. Only 44 points in the second half for the Sacramento Kings. Need that same kind of effort tonight.
Kelenna Azubuike has played the entire way in the first half. He has 19 points. We really haven't guarded him.
No, he's been on fire, and Morrow's played the entire game, as has C.J. Watson. So they may get tired here in the second half.
Let's check out the standings now. There were two important games played tonight as the San Antonio Spurs moved back into the lead in the Southwest Division with a win over the Utah Jazz. And the Mavericks have moved up now to number 7 in the league with a victory over New Orleans.
Yeah, and so you see where the Rockets are. If the Rockets win tonight, then they go back into third place over the San Antonio Spurs, and it's just so tight in this race. You've got to continue to win basketball games.
Rockets have to continue to win. We'll be back with the third quarter in Oakland in just a moment. Getting ready to start the third quarter as the Rockets are up by 3 here in Oakland as they'll finish up this short 2-game road trip. Rockets with a win in Sacramento last night. And the Rockets need a win here to stay ahead of San Antonio and keep that number 3 spot. There are your leading scorers. Ron Artest with 14 and Scola with 11. 10 for Lowry off the bench. Aaron Brooks got hot late in the second quarter. Kelenna Azubuike has 19. Anthony Morrow with 11 and Anthony Randolph with 10 for the undermanned Golden State Warriors. So somebody for the Rockets needs to guard that man right there. In the second half.
Yeah, like we were saying, he has not come out of this game. He has played every second so far, so we'll see what kind of shape he's in. I'm sure towards the end of this season he's not going to have too much trouble playing an entire 48-minute game, but he's a young guy. He's got young legs, but still, you're going to have to get a break at some point, or the Rockets need to take over this game.
Boy, Aaron Brooks with no hesitation at all. That's 4 baskets in a row now for Aaron, and he has 11 points.
Maybe he was listening to you at halftime.
Well,
telling him to shoot that ball.
Yeah, there's no hesitation, and that's what counts. There's another denial. Mutombo says, keep shooting it, young man. Randolph going to take it in on him again, and a charge on Randolph.
Oh,
hey, young man, you can't do it. Don't you know who he is?
Yeah, Randolph is, he's just too young to know that he can't get a shot over Dikembe. Now, Dikembe's got a season-high 4 blocks, and they got a little battle going on here. Now, see, Randolph is trying it, but he clears out with that right arm.
There's Artest taking it down low, and the offensive foul is called on Artest.
So if they call the offensive foul on one end, don't go down to the other end and do the exact same thing. We're going to call that for sure.
Well, Randolph with 3 fouls will go take a seat on the bench. Rob Kurtz will come in. So Morrow and Randolph with 3 apiece. Kurtz from the angle, and Battier with a rebound. Scola will work on Kurtz.
That's a good matchup here for Luis.
Gets it inside, hooks it up and in. Nothing they can do.
That's kind of like just warming up with the coaches before the game right there.
Rockets with their biggest lead of the game now, 8 points. Azubuike back to Turioff, and he's short on the shot. And Artest can't run it down. Azubuike behind his back to Turioff. Turioff up and in. Turioff did a good job that time of bumping Mutombo out of there before he went up with the shot. Smart play.
He has a few more years under his belt than Randolph does, so he knows how to use his body.
Kurtz with a foul. Tried to go around Scola. Scola with a good job of shielding him off.
I wonder if Kurtz, when he was at Notre Dame, watched the Argentinian national team and saw how Luis Scola plays.
I don't know. Brooks.
Watch out.
To Mutombo. Lays it up and misses.
I thought Dikembe was going to tear the rim off there.
Morrow with a miss, and the long rebound comes outside. C.J. Watson will fire up a 3. He misses. Mutombo tips it to Scola. Mutombo says, let me have it. 10 rebounds for Dikembe Mutombo to go along with 7 points. And how many blocks now? He got so many a moment ago. They got 4 listed for him. I thought he got 2 in that one possession. Scola with a great fake. Lays it up. And Turiaf and Scola tangle for the moment. But Pavetta sticks that steely body between the two.
If there's any official that you want to get in the middle of a skirmish, it's Dick Pavetta. As Luis Scola makes a nice pump fake, and there's the foul, and there's the skirmish between the two. And here comes Dick Pavetta to come in and say, "Come on, fellas. Gentlemen, this is a nice game. We don't want to kick anybody out."
Pavetta was probably asking them if they knew what doo-wop group.
Saying, what did he do?
Yeah. He is the greatest doo-wop
fan.
Well, he's a fan, but he's also,
Collector?
what am I trying to think of? Collector, aficionado. He used to stump Calvin Murphy all the time. I didn't think that was possible. Of course, he's a Jersey guy.
Dick Pavetta is the best official in the league, in my opinion. He's been doing it for so long. He's obviously an excellent official, but I just love the way he handles the game, the way he talks to the players. You know, if he makes a call and you don't agree with him, he'll give you a chance to talk as long as you're civil about it. And I've always enjoyed playing in games refereed by Dick Pavetta.
Azubuike, that's going to be a steal by Aaron. No. Watson gets it back. Now Aaron gets it back. And look at him, bob and weave inside. And back to Artest. Artest goes to the basket and decides to pull it back outside. 15 on the shot clock for Houston. Artest. Rebound Mutombo. Mutombo takes it up, missed it. Scola tips it in. So the Rockets starting to control the boards now. 29 rebounds for Houston, 13 for the Warriors. And that's been the difference. Biggest lead of the game for Houston, 9 points. Morrow back to Turiaf. Azubuike taking it inside. Invents a shot. Morrow comes in. Ball is knocked away. C.J. Watson's got it. They reset the shot clock. Turiaf over the top. Rims it out. And Scola takes the rebound away from Mutombo.
Dikembe's laughing at him like, "Come on, Luis. Why are you taking my rebounds?"
Scola open. Scola, 18-footer. And it won't go down. And a loose ball foul on Mutombo. Mutombo,
he's incredulous.
He thought it was on.
He thought it was the other way. Look at Dikembe. Are you kidding me?
First foul called on Mutombo. Mutombo having a whale of a game. 7 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks in 21 minutes.
Just impressive for 21 minutes.
Rockets defense considerably tougher, isn't it? And I say that, and Scola is called for the foul on the perimeter. Luis with his second foul of the game. Rockets will have to play that shutdown defense in the playoffs because that's where you win. Currently, the Rockets are number 7 in the league and allowing opponents only 94 points a game. There's Randolph on the perimeter now. Will try to take it in on Scola. Down to 4 on the shot clock. And Turiaf hits from the outside. The Rockets are number 5 in the NBA and allowing teams to shoot just over 44% from the field. So those are 2 very important categories.
And they've been doing that as their offense has been picking up and scoring more points. So Rockets' offense is averaging 99 points a game.
That's the 4th foul on Anthony Morrow as that whistle came. The 3rd team foul on the Warriors. The Rockets have 2. So Morrow now in a little bit of trouble. Remember, they only have 7 players. And Biedrins will check into the game, and Morrow will come out.
Yeah, this is the first time Morrow will sit down, and he has to sit down because of foul trouble. And I'm sure he knew before the game he was going to play as much as he possibly could. And it looked like he was a little upset that he's in foul trouble now.
Aaron Brooks turns the corner on the run with a sweeping hook shot. Won't go. Turiaf with the rebound. C.J. Watson will pull it up, miss, and Brooks gets that rebound. A lot of free throw line rebounds in this game.
Well, there's been a lot of quick outside shots, and so that really bodes for the long rebound.
Scola is fouled on the play. He'll get 2 shots. Foul is called on C.J. Watson. That's only his first foul of the game.
Now, the Rockets shot 10 free throws in the first quarter. They only shot 2 free throws in the second quarter. The Golden State Warriors shot 3 free throws in the first quarter, and they shot 12 free throws in the second quarter.
That's why they scored 36 points. They were the aggressor. Rockets should never give up that many points.
Now, we thought that Aaron's over here wondering about that sweeping hook shot. He says he's trying to get the ball up on the rim so Dikembe can get the rebound, but Rick Adelman was over here saying that he didn't like the shot and that Bill and Matt didn't like the shot either.
Well, he's right. Azubuike turns the corner and just kind of drove into the back of Scola. And it's going to be called on Dikembe Mutombo. Second foul on Mutombo. And for the Rockets, that's the 3rd team foul. You know, I think, though, that Aaron makes a good point, because I was talking to Yao Ming today, you know, right before we got off the bus. I didn't know he wasn't going to play, and I don't know whether he did or not. But Yao was talking about the fact that teams are fronting him now. Yeah. But that's allowing him to get more offensive rebounds. Because of that, he has the inside lane to the basket. So the Rockets have been pretty good at getting the ball up on the glass so that the rest of the guys can go get it.
I agree with that. When the defense is in front of Yao Ming, it makes it hard to get him the ball. But if you swing it to the weak side, then that defender is out of position. And Yao has the position for the rebound, which all makes sense. But what Aaron is saying, he was trying to get the ball up on the glass for Dikembe, and Dikembe wasn't being fronted.
And Dikembe didn't know what he was doing, obviously, because he wasn't anywhere near the basket. 69-62, 7-point lead by Houston. Artest, 7 on the shot clock. Artest to the basket. He's fouled, and it almost went in. So Ron Artest. Now the Rockets being the aggressor again. And Artest will get a couple of free throws, and that's the 5th team foul on Golden State. So with 6:14 left to play in the 3rd quarter, the Rockets will get 1+ the rest of the quarter.
Warm welcome there for Ron as he's shooting free throws.
Ron had a great game last night, didn't he? Artest in that Sacramento game. Artest had 26 points.
4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, a block shot.
Rockets are 17-7 when Artest gets 20 or more points. That's not overwhelming, but it's still a winning mark. Outside to Turioff, top of the key. And Battier, nope. Mutombo says, let me have it. That's 12 rebounds for D.
You notice the difference between Dikembe and Yao, though, is Dikembe gets those rebounds and he takes them away from his teammates. There's a bad pass by Aaron Brooks.
I don't think so. Artest says, my bad. He fell down. So Aaron thought he was going to go to the left, and Artest fell down. Rockets leading it by 9. Rockets leading it by 9 points, 5:53 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Well, you better go play.
You can't buy a ticket all the way from San Francisco.
One time, Jim Foley and I were down in Florida many, many years ago, and they were having their lottery, and I think it was $278 million. So Foley and I trudged and waited for about 15 minutes in line to get a ticket.
And obviously, since you're still here, you didn't win.
We didn't win.
No.
Foley said he was going to call and tell him we were headed to the Bahamas if we did win.
That was nice of him to just give him a heads up. We were going to give
him a heads up. C.J. Watson puts it up in a late whistle. And the foul is called on Aaron Brooks. First foul of the game on Aaron.
Dick Pavetta during that timeout was having a long discussion with the Rockets coaches. I'm not sure what he was telling them. But I like the way Dick handles a basketball game. Is he He's a good communicator, and he'll tell you what he's thinking. He'll listen to what you're thinking, and I wish more officials were like him.
He did lose that foot race, though, to Barkley.
It was fixed. It was fixed.
Well, you know, I kind of thought it was, too, as Barkley slid across the line.
And I guarantee if they had a rematch right now, Dikembe would not lose.
Battier taking it to the basket. That ball was blocked, and Mutombo runs it down. And he throws it inside. Aaron back outside. Good catch by Scola. Out into the corner. Get in there, Battier. And he hits it, and Shane with his first basket of the game, a three-pointer. He had 4 threes last night. Great hustle by Houston. Biggest lead of the game for the Rockets, 10 points. Carry-off to Randolph. Puts it up and missed it. He was looking for Mutombo, wasn't he? He's going to take it up again. He missed it again. And Mutombo has the rebound. And the foul by Randolph. He just can't get enough of Deke. In fact, he's had too much of Deke.
Look at Dikembe. He won't even he is into this game, isn't he? Dikembe has turned the clock back. Dikembe will be shooting free throws. And watch how he rebounds this basketball. He's fighting inside with the young fellas. And when he finally gets it, watch how his elbows come out. See, if you reach in there, you're going to pay for that. And that's something that I wish Yao Ming would do more of. You don't have to be flagrant with your elbows. Just get them out. Just like Dikembe did right there.
Unfortunately, Deke's elbows have hurt a few of his teammates down through the years.
Well, there's no doubt about it. If you practice against Dikembe, you're going to catch an elbow or two. And that's just the way he plays, but he commands his space.
Yep. And
he's been doing it for a long, long time.
18th year out of Georgetown. Long list of great centers that played for John Thompson. And Deke gets 1 out of 2. So Mutombo in 24 minutes tonight has 8 points and 14 rebounds and 4 block shots.
14 rebounds.
Randolph just picked up his 4th foul, too, in that last possession. Azubuike. Well, they've done a good job of shutting him down. That's what you had to do. And he's managed only 2 points here in the third quarter. Artest back outside to Battier. This time Battier not in his favorite spot. And Aaron lost the ball out of bounds.
Now take a look at Dikembe. This is after the whistle, and Dikembe's holding on to the ball. And Dikembe is saying, hey, can I please have the ball? And Artest has got to take it away from him because Dikembe is so focused in this game.
Does Artest get a steal? Watson down the baseline. Good defense so far by Houston. Watson throws it out to no one in particular. 2 seconds, down to 1. Azubuike puts it up short.
I got it.
And it goes out of bounds.
Oh, nice rebound, Bill. Get those elbows out, Bill. Get those elbows out. Nice. Nice pass. That was very...
See, my coach taught me how to...
Yeah, you got to get that spin there.
Flick that ball. Timeout.
There,
taken
Bill.
by the Rockets. 3. Oh, Bunky Bradford, my old coach. And there it is.
Who gets this rebound? Whose rebound is this?
I was going to pass it to you because I know you know how to shoot. Rockets lead by 11 points. 3:44 left to play in the third quarter. And here is the Comcast upcoming schedule. I want to remind you again that the Rockets will be playing at home at Toyota Center Monday night against the New Orleans Hornets. Huge game, that one. And then the Rockets will finish up the season in Dallas on Wednesday night against the Mavericks.
Down to the final 2.
Yep. Now, that last rebound by me
yes,
gives me 1 more rebound than Brent Berry in this game. Now, here it is again. See, you notice how I got positioned inside.
You were boxing me out. You were boxing me out.
I boxed you out.
And there again is that long rebound that comes off those long shots. So you were ready for the. I'm very impressed with your rebounding ability.
Well, Brent Berry better get going. First of all, he'll have to get off the bench.
And the other thing is you've got 1 more rebound than Carl Landry.
Yes.
And 1 more rebound than Kyle Lowry.
Who's that foul called on?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Is there a game going on?
Yeah. That's what Don Nelson's saying. Who is that foul called on? It was called on Biedrins, his second of the game. And the Warriors have been over the penalty for quite a while. Both teams are in the penalty for the final 3:39.
That's not him, that's Mutombo.
Now they're going to talk. Do they have the right man at the line, they're going to say.
Dikembe Mutombo originally was on the line, and then Ron Artest came and bumped him off the line, and now the officials get together and say, okay, no, it is Dikembe who's supposed to shoot. And so Dikembe said, I'll take the points. I only need 2 more to get a double-double. He does have 14 rebounds, which is the most rebounds in a game for Dikembe Mutombo since December 29th, 2006.
Wow. He just never ceases to amaze. Remember that game in Denver last year?
Yep.
20 rebounds. Just amazing. And some skullduggery between Artest and Mutombo. He was trying to give Artest the points.
Skullduggery.
A double-double by Deke. Turioff from the outside.
Remember back when Akeem Olajuwon got his eye socket broke by Bill Cartwright, and Larry Smith filled in for him, and Larry averaged, I believe it was 14 rebounds a game.
Artest with a 3.
Mr. Mean, love Mr. Mean.
And Mr. Mean had a great career out here, too.
Yeah, he sure did. He was a
before he came to the Rockets.
First-round draft pick of the Golden State Warriors in 1980, I believe. 84, I believe it was.
Blocked by Battier, but a foul call.
Larry Smith told me he was the first-round pick. I believe it was 1984, and he made $40,000 as the first-round pick of the Golden State Warriors in 1984.
Timing is everything.
Oh, my goodness. First-round picks nowadays, millionaires.
No doubt about it.
Larry Smith had to get a job in the summertime to make ends meet.
You know, his nickname was Mr. Mean because he was such a terrific rebounder and played so physical. But it was kind of like Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Once he crossed the baseline and got on the court, he became a different personality. He was one of the sweetest men in the world and was a heck of an assistant coach, too. He worked really hard. He was on those championship teams, coaching on those teams with Rudy T. and Carol Dawson.
Hard worker and set the best pick that I've ever seen. Whenever I was on the court and there was a play, I would always go towards Mr. Mean's side because I knew if I came off his pick, I'd be wide open.
Larry's first year was 80-81 with Golden State. And Dikembe has the ball taken away. Watson gets a step on Brooks. 10-point Houston lead. 2.5 minutes left to play in the quarter.
And the Rockets, they have not, this game is not over. They haven't put this game away. And Golden State has still got life.
Morrow misses. Turioff puts it up for 2 and 1. You really have to admire the way this team, Golden State Warriors, are playing. They are really hustling everywhere on the court. There are only 7 of them tonight. And they've done a good job of staying with the Rockets.
Look at that ball, how it just almost goes in. Scola not able to get it, and there's the putback for Turioff. Look at his emotions. You can't tell me that he's not in this game, and his teammates feed off of his emotions. He's really the leader on the court right now. The Rockets have got to do a better job of putting this game away.
Ron Artest picked up his 3rd foul of the game. Carl Landry has checked in, so it'll be Landry, Battier, Scola. Kyle Lowry is in the game, and Von Wafer has checked in for Houston. 7-0 run by the Warriors. 7-point game. Under 2 minutes left to play in the quarter. Lowry inside to Battier. Battier has it knocked away, now gets it back to Wafer. 4 seconds, down to 3 on the shot clock. Tough shot by Von, won't go. Landry puts it up, he misses, and Beaverich saves it. Not for the faint of heart underneath the basket. Azubuike with a jumper from the elbow, and a 9-0 run by the Warriors.
Well, they are certainly back in this game, and their fans are enjoying it. They're on their feet cheering their team on.
Kyle Lowry takes it to the basket, misses, and taking it up is Landry, and he is fouled on the play. He'll shoot 2. First rebound of the game for Carl.
They'll give Golden State a lot of credit. They have not given up, and that's the way it is in the NBA. These players have a lot of pride, and even though they're short-handed, they still want to come out and play as hard as they can. And the Rockets seem like they've kind of gotten rolled to sleep.
Well, I think they thought that the Warriors would go meekly. Once the Rockets got that 14-point lead, they probably thought they would go away much like the Kings did last night. But this is a different group. Different night. No one's going to go away. You've got to put them away. And Carl gets the second free throw.
And this Warriors team 2 games ago beat the New Orleans Hornets.
Yep.
And the New Orleans Hornets came in here needing a win, just like the Rockets do. And Golden State, shorthanded just like tonight, beat the Hornets.
Watson gets open. He misses. Long rebound. Lowry on the run. Lowry all the way to the basket for 2 and 1. What a game Kyle Lowry is having. That's what the Rockets want to do. And that's what Rick Adelman has talked about. Picking up the tempo.
Yep. Play your defense, get the steal or get the rebound, take it the other way, get the basket before the defense is set. Kyle Lowry's come in with 12 points tonight on 5 of 6 shooting. Has really done a nice job of leading this team.
Rick just went back to the bench and said, hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want you to do. And almost Lowry gets a steal. Lazy pass by Turiaf inbounds. Under a minute left to play. Let's see if the Rockets can get a stop here now and finish the quarter strong. Biedrins working on Scola. Gets it in the lane, puts it up with the left hand and a whistle. And a foul on Scola. And for Luis, that's number 4.
Nick Pavetta comes over and says Luis pushed him as he was shooting.
Biedrins, it's an adventure. 56% free throw shooting. See, I kind of stabs at it like I putt.
He's kind of got the yips as he's
got the yips at the line. That's right. Randolph now will come in for Turiaf.
It seems to me like a guy like Biedrins, who's not a natural shooter, they've been trying to force him to shoot the ball, and it looks very mechanical. See, look at how mechanical that looks.
Well, he made that one, but he's 56%, so he's made a lot of 1 out of 2s. Rockets can go 2 for 1 on possessions. Wafer takes it around the corner. Missed the shot. Landry fought hard, but a foul called on Carl Landry. Seems like when the Rockets go to Landry and Battier and Scola, they just are not quite tall enough.
There's Vaughn taking it around that pick. And then he kind of fades away, and there's the foul. Landry gets him on the arm. It's a good call, and that's a foul that I would live with if I was coaching. And I want my guys to go aggressive to the boards.
Randolph with the miss. He's a 71% free throw shooter. Warriors are 21 of 26 from the free throw line. Rockets 17 of 23. Difference of 8 seconds. Shot clock, game clock. Biedrins goes away. Lowry on the drive. Bumps his man off. Biedrins with the block. Remember, we said coming in, Golden State, the #1 team in the NBA in block shots per game. And they've got about the same number as Dikembe Mutombo did.
Yeah. They had that one lined up. That was like Lowry teed that one up for him.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Great pass by Battier. Bringing it in on the baseline, and Scola gets the 2. 20 points for Luis. 8 seconds, no shot clock. Azubuike tries to take it inside. Watson down to Biedrins for the slam. And Lowry throws it up, and it almost went in. So the Rockets didn't rotate on the defense, and Biedrins got a slam dunk. Still a good quarter for Houston. Here we go to the final 12 minutes. Rockets up by 7. Here we go, starting the fourth quarter. The Rockets win by 4 points in the third. Battier with a rebound on the first missed shot by the Golden State Warriors.
Important 4 minutes right here to start this fourth quarter. The Rockets really got to take control of this game and not let the Warriors hang around.
Off the glass for Scola. So Luis Scola with 22 points and 8 rebounds. All the way to the basket. What a drive. C.J. Watson. Going to be a good pro, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got a nice game, and the Golden State Warriors are going to be a team next year with if all their guys get healthy, they're going to have a nice draft pick.
Scola again. I'm sorry. 24 points for Luis.
Yeah, we knew that Luis was going to be a big key in tonight's game with Yao Ming out with the sore right foot. We knew Luis was going to have to take over the scoring inside, and he's done a nice job.
9 of 13 from the field for Luis Scola. And the foul was called on Battier. That's his second.
And the place where the Rockets have struggled in tonight's game is on the defensive end. Now, Scola does a nice job of picking and popping, and a good pass here by Lowry, but the Rockets' defense, especially when Dikembe Mutombo is on the bench, has really been lacking.
Steal by Lowry. Lowry has a step on Morrow, takes it in, and Morrow blocks it. Wafer gets it back and slams it home. Von Wafer stayed with the play.
Wow, what a play. Lowry goes in strong. Morrow makes a nice block, but Morrow pays the price because Lowry is so physical, and then you got 2 more guys running, which is very important. You never take for granted a layup in this league.
How about Lowry just stealing that ball away?
It's like a football play, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. C.J. Watson misses. Scola tips it. Battier tips it. Beatrice comes away with it. Boy, the Warriors really hustling on. Azubuike taking it inside. Battier with a great defensive move, and he got called for a foul, and I don't think he agrees. Shane says, no way, man. That's the third foul called on Shane Battier, but he had his body in good position, man.
Yeah, Shane doesn't argue a lot of calls. If he fouls, he's that's
oh, no,
yeah,
he's right.
Shane's right. Shane's, that was great defense by Shane, and he doesn't argue very much, but when he does, he's usually right.
Well, he must have been right. Azubuike missed.
And that's really the telling tale, isn't it, of whether you make the free throw or not.
Yeah, Kelenna was born in London, England.
The officials made sure that the scores table had the right. The foul was on Shane Battier, and then Shane Mutombo says that was the wrong call, by the way. Got a good chuckle out of the folks down here on the bench.
Not from Zach Zorba.
No, Zach wasn't laughing, was he?
10-point Houston lead. Watson tried to steal it and does as Morrow ends up with the basketball. Beatrice to the basket and a charging foul on Andres Beatrice. Well, I didn't think. I thought that was a foul on Houston.
On Lowry. Yeah, Lowry didn't really have position and didn't really take this charge. There's Lowry, and Lowry just kind of gives him the old, here you go.
I think the Rockets got away with one there. So Artest has checked back into the game. Now Battier will get a few minutes rest. Artest to Scola. Boy, what a great play by Artest. He saw the court perfectly, and Don Nelson feels the game possibly slipping away as his 7 players are really kind of tugging on the air right now. 9:41 left to play. 12-point Houston lead. 94-82 Houston.
Check that out. Von Wafer jersey in San Francisco.
They're everywhere.
Actually, I think that's homemade. But that just shows you what an impact Von Wafer has had for his basketball collection.
That was Sarunas Marciulionis' jersey number when he played here.
Yeah.
And you'll see that occasionally around the arena. He's still a popular figure. Still a good friend of Chris Mullin. There's Landry with a rebound. He didn't want me to outshine him.
He did a better job of clearing that ball out.
Landry now has one more rebound than me.
There you go.
So he has gone by me. Artest sees Landry underneath. Takes it inside with a jumper. Good move by Carl Landry. Rockets need to get him going. 6 points for Landry. Azubuike on the drive, and a whistle and a foul is called on Juan Artest, and that's number 4 on Artest. So Scola with 4, Artest with 4 for Houston.
The fans here in Oracle Arena were not happy during that last timeout with the call on Biedrins, and they let the officials have it during the timeout.
Yeah, they've done a really good job here of supporting this Warriors team, considering the fact that Golden State's won only 28 games, but they've been decimated by injuries this year, as we've talked about. But they have a fun team to watch. Yep. They score a lot of points.
If they get everybody healthy again next year, they're going to be a much better team in the Western Conference. Of course, we know West Conference is extremely tough, but I believe that they're going to be much better next year.
And calming the ball called on Luis Scola. Well, they have such a great tradition here, the Warriors, in the Bay Area. It used to be the San Francisco Warriors. Good friend of mine, Gary Phillips, an old former Cougar, used to play out here with Wilt Chamberlain. And then, of course, Rick Barry won a championship out here with the Warriors. I believe that was 76.
76 sounds right.
75, something like that. Al Attles, great player. Azubuike takes it up. So they got a great, one of my favorites, Nate Thurman.
Yes, Nate Thurman was good. And then, of course, when I played in the early 90s, they had Run TMC. They had Chris Mullin and Mitch Richmond. Tim Hardaway, they were very good at that time as well. So they've had some good basketball here in the Bay Area.
That was the 74-75 when they won the championship with Rick Barry. Great team. Watson will have one more. 26 of 31 from the line now. They are number 2 in the NBA in free throw attempts per game. They go to the line 29 times on an average. So this is what they do. No matter who plays for them, they're 27 of 32.
They're just a very attack mode type of team.
Artest misses on the three-point attempt. Watson on the run. Watson, boy, what a script by Artest. He pulls up behind the line.
Oh, that's not good.
And that's going to be off the hands of Morrow, and they're going to call it off Landry.
See, Ron Artest has got to know that you can't play the same tempo that Golden State plays at. When you run down and just shoot up a three like that, and here's an air ball, Landry goes after it. It looks like it may have been off of Randolph.
Yeah, Randolph, Turioff, Morrow out on the court right now. Randolph and Landry. They're going to isolate. Randolph will shoot the jumper. And the Warriors still hanging in there, down by 8 now. Still 7.5 minutes left to play.
The Rockets got to run their offense here. They've got to get good shots. Because every missed shot now is just starting the fast break for the Warriors. The Warriors have 15 fast break points. The Rockets only 2.
Landry working inside, and traveling is called on Carl Landry.
And they called a travel before they were going to call a hooking foul on Landry. Landry had hooked C.J. Watson. Take a look and watch his feet. Yeah, he definitely traveled, and then he hooks him pretty good with that right arm. So
he got a break by not getting the foul call. Got to travel first. So now the Rockets have to make a few stops here, Matt. Well, this game is far from over.
It's far from over, and this is not a good sign, because if you let the Warriors hang around, they've got a chance to knock down a couple big shots at the end to win this game.
Morrow misses the three, battling Mutombo, picks up his 15th rebound of the game.
And Azubuike comes out checking his teeth.
The Rockets have 14 fouls, too. So the next time, they will be going to the free throw line. The Warriors will. Missed by Artest. Turiaf to the basket. Good defense by Mutombo. Look. Wafer.
Oh, my goodness.
That happened so fast I barely saw it. Did you see him go up and slam that down? Von Wafer.
He dunked that one so quickly.
I didn't have time to scream. 98-88. Wow. Von Wafer with 6. Inside to Randolph. And he tried to slam it over Mutombo. That hasn't happened very much tonight. Mutombo's blocked 3 of his shots. And the foul is called on Deke. His 3rd foul of the game. 4th foul of the game. And when we come back, the Warriors will be at the free throw line. Look at Von Wafer quickly dispose of the ball. Rockets up by 10 points. 5:59 left to play. Let's take a look at tonight's Progressive Insurance above the rim replay. And Old Man River just continues to get it done for Houston. Dikembe Mutombo with 10 points, 15 rebounds, and 4 block shots. I mean, Yao Ming missing tonight's game with a sore right foot, and Mutombo says, makes no difference.
No. And Von Wafer has a nice dunk, and yet Dikembe Mutombo gets our Progressive Insurance above the rim. As we take a look at the Western Conference, the Portland Trailblazers have beaten the LA Lakers tonight, 106-98. That's 8 straight wins for the Portland Trailblazers against the Lakers in Portland. So they have been dominating the Lakers. And again, Spurs, the Rockets, and the Trailblazers are tied in the standings with 6 minutes left in this game.
So you can go all the way from 3 to 6 in a hurry, unless you win. And the Rockets trying to win here tonight. They still have 2 games left. New Orleans Monday night, in Houston, and then finish in Dallas on Wednesday night. And they may have to win that to win the division. There's Randolph getting both free throws, and it's an 8-point Houston lead. Aaron Brooks, Mutombo, Landry, Artest, and Wafer for Houston. Wafer tried to throw a pass to Mutombo. Mutombo telling him, get the ball up high towards the basket. Don't try to throw it at chest level. And I think the Rockets were lucky not to have a turnover there. Wafer will bring it in. 9 on the shot clock for Houston. Artest to Landry. Landry waits his turn and slams it home. Randolph went up to block it. Landry waited.
Ron Artest has 5 assists in tonight's game, and when he looks to pass, when he looks to run the offense, he does an excellent job of creating for his teammates.
Another basket by Turiaf. He's got 16 points in 22 minutes. 8-point Houston lead. Artest taking it to the basket again. No basket. Foul is called on Azubuike, his 3rd of the game, and Landry will come out. Good job by Carl Landry, 16 minutes, 8 points, 2 rebounds. That's only the first team foul on the Warriors. So it'll be Scola, Battier, Mutombo, Artest, Brooks. Aaron takes it to the basket. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Good job by Aaron of penetrating that defense. When he got in there, he had 3 Warriors around him. He really didn't have any passing lanes. None of the Rockets made themselves available, so he had to just throw it up there. You see Dikembe coming in late. If he were to get that ball up on the glass, Dikembe was in great position to rebound. But that's what Aaron Brooks does. He is a scorer first type of point guard.
These are the first free throws for Aaron Brooks. Aaron has 12, Lowry has 13, so that's 25 points and 7 assists for the point guard position. Make it 26 points.
Yeah, that's impressive right there. And if you add the 26 points for Luis Scola, which is a career high for him, playing at that center spot in place of Yao Ming, pretty good individual performances for the Rockets on the offensive end tonight.
Good save by Randolph. 7 on the shot clock. Randolph putting on a dribbling exhibition at the three-point line. Now he'll shoot and hits.
He's got a nice touch. He's going to be a good player in this league. He's got athleticism. He's not afraid to attack. We've seen that as he's tried to climb Mount Mutombo several times, but he also can step out and make that 18-foot jump shot.
Lead is still 8 by Houston as Artest takes it to the basket. Back to Scola. Scola to Artest. Back outside to Aaron Brooks. Nice little fake. Puts up the jumper, and it's short. And Aaron, with a good hustle job, takes it away and gets it back to Mutombo. Rockets have a fresh 24.
You don't see the shooter get his own rebound much in the NBA, but what about that hustle by Aaron Brooks?
Took it away from Turiaf.
4 rebounds for Aaron.
Artest bulldozes. Back to Battier. Launches. Misses. Battier's got it. Back to Aaron Brooks again. Aaron. Scola. Scola short arms it. And the Rockets had 4 straight shots. Couldn't get them to go. Back inside. And a foul on Artest. And that'll be free throws for the Warriors. For Artest, that's his 5th foul of the game.
Yeah, Ron is he's intense. He doesn't take any plays off, and he really works hard. And that foul there was probably ill-advised. You don't want to try to steal the ball from Watson 20 feet from the basket.
30 of 35 from the line for the Golden State Warriors, and that's where they've made hay tonight.
Well, they are plus 11 points at the free throw line. The Rockets have made 19. The Warriors now have made 31.
And it's only a 6-point Houston lead, so now the Rockets have to score. 3.5 minutes left to play. That's an eternity in the NBA. And that's going to be a foul called on Morrow, and that's his 5th of the game.
So now the Rockets are down to the last 3.5 minutes of this game, and they've got to execute down the stretch.
Warriors still have a foul to give, Matt, before the Rockets can get to the free throw line, unless it's a shooting foul.
In the last possession, the Rockets missed 4 shots.
Artest taking it inside, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Ron Artest. Sometimes he just goes off, and that's the one thing the Rockets, they love his competitiveness, but sometimes he's just fouled himself out of the game. That's 6.
Yeah, he doesn't, he's so strong. He's stronger than everybody he plays against, and he can just pull his way to the basket. But if the defender gets the right position, then he's going to draw that foul. And Ron Artest fouls out, and he's telling his coaches that he did not know that he had 5 fouls.
A 6-0 run now by the Warriors, and Von Wafer comes in. Watson to Turiaf. Turiaf with the miss. And the rebound to Scola. So Scola has 26 points and 9 rebounds. The Rockets 46 rebounds to 26 by the Warriors. 102-96. Rockets need a basket in the worst way. Aaron Brooks. Yes! Aaron Brooks with a 2 and 1. What a huge basket for Aaron as he drives inside and throws up the rainbow. Watch it again. Watson with a foul. When we come back, Aaron will try to complete the 3-point play. Welcome back to Oracle Arena in Oakland as the Rockets leading 104-96. A huge basket by Aaron Brooks, and he will have a free throw coming as the Rockets trying to win this back-to-back road trip out west. And Aaron Brooks just very calmly stepped up and hit that big shot. Rockets had struggled. They had missed their last 5 trips up the court.
Well, and I think with Aaron Brooks on the court running the offense since Ron Artest is fouled out, now you're going to see a heavy dose of Aaron Brooks with a high pick and roll, and he is very effective on that high pick and roll because he can shoot, he can drive, he's so good inside creating shots. And this one right here is an excellent example of a three-point opportunity.
AB for 3, and it's 105-96, a 9-point Houston lead, 2:42 left to play. Rockets just get a couple more stops, and the game could be theirs. Going to Andres Biedrins, working on Scola. Right back to him again. Double team comes over, Biedrins with a miss, and Von Wafer with the rebound. And that was a huge stop by Houston. 2:20 and counting left to play. Take a few ticks and let Aaron go to work.
See Scola directing traffic, telling where he wants them to start.
Aaron Brooks puts up a 3. In and out, won't go. Good release. Almost went down. Now tomorrow now, they pressuring him at the three-point line as they should do. He's an excellent three-point shooter. Don't want to give up one right now. Turiaf back outside. They swing it around to Azubuike, and he hits a 3.
That's good offense right there by Golden State. The Rockets were rotating, and they had him stopped, but Golden State made an extra pass to the three-point shooter.
Back to a 6-point game again. Still 1:35 left to play. Rockets need execution on offense. Brooks turns the corner. Aaron into the corner to Battier. Battier takes it to the middle. Puts up a jump shot just before the buzzer, and he gets it. Huge pressure basket by Shane Battier. His second basket of the game. Boy, you heard the shot clock go off. The buzzer go off just as the ball settled in the nets. Turiaf takes it in for the slam.
And there's no quit in Monty Turiaf. He took it in there and he dunked it. Dikembe Mutombo was in the area. The fans love it, but the Rockets still are in control, and the clock is their friend. Aaron Brooks got to run this clock, make sure his team gets a good shot on this possession.
Rockets lead by 6. Brooks to the basket. Throws it away. You can't make a pass like that across the lane. Outside, looking for the three-point shot. Morrow puts up a 2 and hits. 34 seconds left to play. The Rockets with only a 4-point lead.
Well, the clock is still their friend. If Golden State does not foul, the Rockets can run off a whole bunch of time.
Rick Adelman at half court calling out the play. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 18 up on the clock. Rockets can draw a foul. Scola is fouled. That's huge. Biedrins with 4 seconds on the shot clock. And Luis Scola will go to the line. Both teams are in the penalty.
Now, if Golden State did not foul right away, then this is a terrible foul.
Well, that's a dangerous pass, too.
Yeah, it was. And you can see there's the trip on Biedrins. With 4 seconds left, now he bails Scola out with the trip. And Scola can go to the free throw line and knock down a couple.
Big. Luis, career high, 27 points. And he has 9 rebounds. Got them both. And a timeout taken by Don Nelson. 13 seconds left to play. Those 2 free throws give the Rockets a 6-point lead again. And that means that they're going to have to come up with a couple of threes somewhere. We'll take a break. Be back with a finish. Now the Rockets have 5 players in double figures, led by Luis Scola with a career-high 28 points, 9 rebounds. What a game. Dikembe Mutombo, 10 points, 15 boards, 19 for Artest before fouling out, 16 for Aaron Brooks, 13 for Kyle Lowry. What a big, big game for Old Man River.
All right, now here you do not want to foul, and you want to guard that three-point line because it's a 6-point game. Warriors need 2 threes.
Biedrins trying to take it inside. Picked up his dribble. Morrow will fire up a 3 and hit it.
Incredible. And how do you even let that guy get open?
Now the Rockets have made it hard on themselves tonight, but now they foul Aaron Brooks. With 5.8 left to play.
See, what they did is they gave it to their big man, letting him kind of run the offense, and Shane starts looking at Biedrins. Shane turned his head when he should have been staying with Morrow. Biedrins for 2 doesn't hurt you.
Two Hughes free throws for Aaron Brooks. 86%. I kind of like those odds.
Yeah, that's why you know with Aaron Brooks as your point guard, such a great free throw shooter. You just put the ball in his hands at the end of the game in this situation.
And they've got it back. 2 free throws make it a 5-point game with just under 6 seconds left to play. 22nd timeout taken by the Warriors. The Warriors still have 1 timeout remaining. The Rockets have 2 plus 1, both teams in the penalty.
Yeah, those 2 free throws by Aaron Brooks basically seal the game right there. As long as the Rockets don't foul, this game is over.
Let them shoot a layup. Get the ball in, if that's what they want to do. There you see the timeout situation. Neither team has a foul to give. Well, it's been a tough road trip. It's a game the Rockets had to win. Yao Ming, of course, if you're joining us late, Yao's not playing. He had a pain in his right foot. He doesn't think it's serious.
They actually checked it after the Orlando game, took x-rays, doctors said it was negative, and he played last night, no problems. He came out and warmed up tonight and had that pain in his foot, and they figured, well, you know, the Golden State Warriors are undermanned. We'll let Yao take a little break. And
Dikembe came up big, 15 rebounds, 4 block shots, 10 points. Now the Rockets have to finish this one out. Guard the three-point line. Azubuike gets open. He hits. Unbelievable. And they get it into Brooks. And he is fouled on the play with 2.5 seconds left.
Yeah, and Rick Allen was really upset.
Did you see that pick at the top?
That's a moving pick on Biedrins. And they never call this at the end of a game. They always will let you move. And it reminds me of how John Stockton hit a 3 on us with Karl Malone's moving pick. But you see Biedrins there just moving in the way of Shane Battier, so Shane could not get around the pick. Another look at it. See, look, Biedrins is just moving the entire time.
And what it boils down to again is Aaron has got to hit 2 more free throws.
Yeah, he sure does. 2.5 seconds left. Remember, Golden State does have 1 timeout left. So these are very important free throws for AB.
If he misses, they can call a timeout and get it to midcourt. Good touch. 112-109. Hit 1 more, Aaron, and let's go home.
1 more ends the game.
There it is. 4 pressure-packed free throws in a row for Aaron Brooks. And the final timeout taken by the Warriors. Aaron Brooks now with 20 points. 7 of 7 from the free throw line, 5 of 13 from the field. Rockets are 26 of 32 for 81%. 31 of 36 for 86% for the Warriors. So this game has really been played at a high caliber.
It sure has.
A hard clip.
Yeah, give Golden State a lot of credit. They just did not give up. They played incredibly hard tonight. They scored 109 points, and that's really where the Rockets have struggled.
Azubuike and Watson have played all 48 minutes. They did not come out of the game.
And Morrow plays 46 minutes, and the only reason why he's 2 minutes down is because he got into foul trouble. And now you just let them shoot. Do not foul.
That's right. Randolph will bring it in. 2.5 seconds left. Biedrins down the line. in the corner, will not go, and the Houston Rockets have won their 52nd game of the season, so the Rockets go back into third place in the Western Conference and go back on top of the Southwest Division. Dikembe Mutombo with a huge game, 10 points and 15 rebounds tonight for Houston in place of Yao Ming. 28 points for Luis Scola. That was huge for Luis, as a career high in scoring for Scola. And the Rockets held off the Warriors. A heroic effort by the Warriors, shooting out 8 players but playing only 7 here tonight. But the Rockets win it 113-109, and you did what you had to do.
Yeah, and remember we talked about how the Warriors beat the New Orleans Hornets a couple of games ago. So, hey, they're not folding their tents. I give Golden State a lot of credit. I love watching Don Nelson coach teams play, and they really played hard tonight.
Does Dikembe Mutombo ever surprise you anymore?
Still, every game he plays out there. Dikembe Mutombo is older than I am, and I know how I felt when I got out of bed this morning. And Dikembe came in here. What did he play? 36. Are you kidding me? 36 minutes for Dikembe Mutombo?
Yeah.
Incredible.
4 block shots. He clogged up the middle. He got the 15 rebounds and the 10 points. And the Rockets got a great effort from their point guards. Their point guards tonight combined for 33 points.
Yeah, good job. Aaron Brooks got off to a slow start. Kyle Lowry came in, picked up the slack. When Aaron Brooks came back in, he was right on target. Good job by the point guards. And then Luis Scola with 28 points, a career high for him. And we knew that he was going to get a lot of looks inside with Yao Ming not playing.
All right, now, Matt, you're down to 2 games.
Yeah.
And the biggest game, of course, coming up next. It's in Houston Monday night. We implore you fans to get out there and support the Rockets at Toyota Center Monday night. It's the New Orleans Hornets. A huge game for the Rockets to win because it's a division opponent.
Yes.
If the Rockets beat the Hornets, then they will go ahead of San Antonio or be even with San Antonio in that important division record.
Yeah, the division record is an important tiebreaker if you were to tie with the San Antonio Spurs. Remember, the Rockets have won 2 and the Spurs have won 2 head-to-head, so that goes to that division record. So each one of these games is just incredibly important.
So Portland beats the Lakers tonight to stay alive.
Yep.
And San Antonio beats Utah tonight to stay right up there, and the Rockets get the win they have to have.
Right, and Dallas wins, so Dallas
wins.
moves up to 7th spot. The race in the Western Conference is incredible. Great stuff going on.
It really is, and so we'll see you again on Monday night. And once again, the final score here, the Rockets win it 113-109. Join us for our next telecast Monday night for a Southwest Division showdown with the Hornets.